Well, hello there, everybody. It's me, Countess, and I'm back with another tarot reading for everybody out there. And this one is care of one of my fellow researchers, Miss Sallie Witte. Sallie was the one who discovered that Billy has a prosthetic eye, and because she herself has one. And so, she was able to determine this and provide a lot of convincing proof about it. So anyway, shout outs to her and her research. She really did reveal something that nobody would have had any idea about otherwise. So in one of my past tarot readings I did, Sallie just made a comment saying, would love to see a reading about why Linda's children with Bill were all born in Virgo. I come from a family that 4 out of 5 siblings were born in Libra. I was born on a military base. Methinks it was manipulated. Quite possibly, especially throwing the military into it all, right? Yeah, the military is behind a lot of the social engineering that gets pushed upon the world. That is where people like Mr. Michael Aquino did their PSYOPs research on people, under the guise of national security for the military. Anyways, that's a whole other video to go down. Just to kind of give a little blurb about Virgos. Okay, Virgo, their elemental sign, they represent the earth. And with a Virgo, you're getting somebody who is very attentive to detail, somebody who is very introspective, just somebody who has a certain sort of self-awareness and knowledge. And they're able to serve people very well because of their methodical approach to life. And, I went and I looked up all of Bill and Linda's biological children's birth dates. And yes, they all are Virgos. And that is quite curious, I think it's funny because Linda is she's a Libra, but she's on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. So I find that pretty interesting. Her birthday September 24th, and that's just 2 days after the cutoff for Virgos. So, and then, determining by my last tarot reading that I did, quite possibly, just from what, we gauge from the memoirs, Bill could be a Virgo himself. So again, that just adds, I did that reading about Aries, and there was one of you guys out there mentioned that possibly he could be a Virgo with an Aries ascending sign or something like that, some sort of characteristic that could, represent the Aries that I was seeing, so that kind of did open up me to thinking about it. I'm not huge on astrology. As a tarot reader, I know its importance to the cards, but I've never been one to seriously study it. I like more numerology and dealing with the tarot cards, but there are a lot of different tarot cards that can represent Virgo, and we'll go through that when I start shuffling. But yeah, we're gonna just take a look. Mary McCartney was born August 28th, 1969. Stella McCartney was born September 13th, 1971. And James McCartney was born on September 12th, 1977. So all Virgos, very interesting question, and I've kind of been thinking about it the last couple weeks, and I felt like today would be a good day to sit down with the cards and just ask them, see what they have to say. Why not, right? It's all for fun, and it's can give us, either validations or something more to think about regarding the topic. And I got a new deck last week, and I'm so excited to use it. I got the Horror Tarot by Todd Alcott, and so this is the guy that did my Pulp Tarot deck that has all the really cool pulp fiction type cards. And this deck, man, you guys will see, it's rad. If anybody out there is a horror movie fanatic, such as myself, and you like the tarot, I highly recommend this deck. He's such a great artist. He makes a lot of different, he does a lot of rock and roll pulp posters, he'll take a couple verses from a song, like from Life on Mars with Bowie, right? And he'll make this really cool pulp cover, magazine cover, and it's Bowie in a spacesuit with, the lyrics of the song, right? He's just a really cool artist, and I love retro vintage media. I love it. And so just to see it combined with another thing I love, the tarot, of course I'm going to get it, right? So if you guys are interested in just exploring this topic to see what the cards have to say about all three biological children of Billy and Linda are in Virgo, if there's any sort of purpose behind it, I will see you guys on the other side. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, welcome back to my table. Old friends and new. Let's get this party started, guys. So you can see the back of these cards, aren't they neat? You will see what I mean. I'll just kind of give you a quick scan through of so rad. I tell you what, I'm excited to see what they have to say. All right, cards. We want to know what the deal is with the 3 McCartney children that were born from Linda. We want to know if there's any sort of significance behind it. Is there a purpose to it? I find it interesting. Virgos are very, like I was saying, very methodical, very intelligent, wise, introspective. They are an earth sign. So it's just kind of interesting because, both Mary and, well, actually all 3 of them, Mary, Stella, and James, are all sort of artists in their own right. They, Mary is a photographer / director, producer. Stella is a famous fashion designer, and James, well, he's, poor thing, he's attempted to, break into the music industry. He's a musician, and I say poor thing because it must be hard to enter the music world with your father being Mr. Paul McCartney, right? Oh, what pressure to live under. But it doesn't seem like, Billy puts pressure on him. I don't know. I have no clue, though. That's just speculation on my part. But, yeah, I am curious to see now, too. Is there any sort of reason as to why all 3 of these children were born under the 6th? There you go, right there. The 6th house. Bill's number 6, coming through again. Nice and strong, right? So different cards that we can look for, guys, when we go through this. In the major arcana, we can look to, of course, the main archetypal card of Virgo is the Hermit, number 9. And we can also, though, look to the Empress, because Virgos channel the divine feminine. They channel the sort of critical side of critical thinking, the logical side of motherhood and abundance. You know, like hard work pays off. You know, you put your nose to the grindstone and you are going to see awesome results. You know, my fellow researcher, Kat, for example, is a Virgo, and she's very, very methodical and precise with how she delivers her message, you know, but again, very effective and very eye-opening because of her thoroughness. I joke with her a lot and I call her a thorough bitch. You are a thorough bitch. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, so yeah, we have in the major arcana, we have the Hermit card, and then we have the Empress. So then going to the minor arcana, we can look at some of the pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles can represent Virgo. That is the number 1 card in the Earth suit, the Pentacle suit, showing new beginnings and financial opportunities lay ahead. So then we can also look at the 8 of Pentacles. Again, like I was saying, it's that hard work, almost workaholic energy that Virgos have, that produce and yield high results from their hard work. We can look at the Queen of Pentacles to represent a Virgo. We can also look at the King of Cups to represent Virgo, surprisingly. The King of Emotions. Emotions tied to the material plane, I guess you could say. So, very interesting. We'll see if any of our, you know, usual cards come out, any archetypes, the Fool, the High Priestess, the Hierophante, you know, all of that stuff. We'll see. Let's just see what they have to say. Why were these 3 McCartney children born into the house of Virgo? Was there a reason behind it? Was there a reason? Yeah. What was the reason behind them? Was it just by chance that they, you know, were born then? Let's see, if they were born in, you know, September, that would be August, July, June, May, April, March, February, January, December. Could they have been conceived during the winter solstice? You know, like, that's what my mind goes through. If you're going all the way back to December, and if you're, you know, doing sex magic like Billy discusses in the chapter called The Lovely Linda, you might have an aim to conceive a child while doing those rituals on those certain days of the year. I don't know. Well, let's see what they have to say. I'm just about done. Again, thank you for your patience, guys. I just got to make sure that the deck's nice and jumbled up. And I think we're about ready to lay them down and see what we can find. Okay, sorry, my hand goes numb. I'm dealing with carpal tunnel syndrome in my my left hand, and I've gotten my right fixed, but I need to get my left hand fixed. I had to put the cards down just for a minute and regain circulation back into my hand. So here we go. Last shuffle. Why are these children all Virgos? Why? The Fool reverse, guys. We begin with Billy on the board. Fantastic. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, and then we have the Ten of Wands reversed. Interesting. Okay. See, these cards are all like they're like horror movie posters or comics or old billboard type things. I love it. It's so cool. The sword suit is all like pulp comic book type style. It's really rad. Okay, we have the World under the Fool reversed. Oh, interesting. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. Then we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, guys. Well, just off the bat. Okay. Starting with the Fool in reverse. Again, archetype Billy, right? Memoirs even tells us he is the fool on the hill. Okay, anyways, in reverse, the Fool is showing us a sort of naivete at the detriment of somebody. Like they are taking a leap, but it's possibly in the wrong direction. They're being ignorant of something, not purposefully. They're just being guided by foolery. You know, it is deceit in a way. It's a sort of attitude of folly, like you're lollygagging, kind of, not setting a straight course on your journey through the major arcana, which is very interesting because we get in this spread the very first card of the major arcana in reverse and the very last one being the World. So that right there just tells me, ooh, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So these two cards are areas in the Fool's journey. The Wheel of Fortune is a sort of respite. You're sort of reaping what you sow as you're gaining this wisdom on your journey. And then the World is supposed to represent full completion. The Fool has learned all of life's valuable lessons from all of the most important characters relevant. Find that very interesting. We have these two major milestones in the Fool's journey here. And one of them is in reverse because he is in reverse. So it's like his journey came to an end, but he may be destined to have to go and repeat it because he started it with a mindset of, I don't know, I'd even say like doubt. You know, you're not trusting the universe when you take that first step. Okay, so going in next to it, we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is offering emotional bliss. You know, he is there with a message of like completeness, of happiness, and he's offering it to you in the cup. You know, that is a sort of, it's just interesting because I don't know what the Fool has to do with emotional happiness Perhaps it's his naivety that is creating this emotional contentment. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is showing a burnout. Basically, this is somebody who is not willing to put in the work to gain the, the rewards. Basically, he wants to perform shortcuts, even kind of burnt out, just not wanting to put any more effort into the situation. He just wants to get it done, by any means necessary. Paired with the 10 of Wands, again, we have another 10. These are cycles of life we're talking about. The Wheel of Fortune is number 10, and they're both in reverse. That's showing lessons are not being learned by this naive person. Very, very interesting. The 10 of Wands in reverse is sort of like unleashing your burden onto somebody else. It is also representing a burden of sorts that won't end, and you're burdening others because you carry this weight on your shoulders. Carried this weight, right? But yes. So the Fool in his naivety is not learning a damn thing. He's trying to jump the gun. He's full of emotions and happiness, but he's taking shortcuts, and he's, putting his burden onto others. I could see that as the Fool putting his burden of his dualistic life onto his children. A page can also represent a child of sort, so that's pretty interesting. I could look at that like archetypally, the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. These are just, this top row just looks like this guy's stupidity, basically, and choices in life have become a never-ending burden for those whom he loves as well. Going to the World in the next, and you notice how it's an eyeball. That's great. What does this say? The card says, Horror Tarot presents the 21st card in the Major Arcana. The world can be a scary place, but all things have a natural cycle. As one thing grows in influence, another thing diminishes. The world contains all things. It cannot be reduced or expanded, only rearranged. All are welcome and have a place in this completion. Yes, so it's realizing that you are enough. You don't need any more knowledge. You don't need any more life experiences. The Fool should come to the realization that he is all that is, and he hasn't learned his lesson when he's in reverse like this, and that has caused him bad luck along the way. Like, there's a really bad, a burden of bad karma, a burden of bad, generational shit here. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is all about the cycle of karma, the cycle of life, and it's being stunted. It's being stunted, and in a way, it's cheating the children. It's cheating these 3 children out of, and inheriting their father's burden. When we go to the 8 of Swords next door, the 8 of Swords is the card of entrapment. This is you're isolated, you are trapped in your situation, you feel abandoned. You know, you're blindfolded and tied up and have no way of escaping. And in tow with somebody who just wants the quick fix. You're feeling trapped by this. Whoa, so it's almost like these kids are like, they feel the burden of their father's choices, and they're almost like feeling trapped. You know, the Knight of Swords brings with him just a huge drive to succeed in life. And that is Billy, right? Billy wants nothing more than to be successful. That's what his programming, when fully activated, brought on, was his ambition, his clear thinking about what he wants in life. He's quick on his feet, he knows how to make these choices, but it all goes back to this never-ending burden that he feels attached to. It has not ended for him. And so, in order to gain the world, he had to sort of make these bad choices, but it really has affected them. So, I mean, that's basically what this first tier is showing me, is just the children's plight, as being these children who have inherited their dad's legacy and feel trapped under it in a way. But they can't do anything about it. I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, I guess here we go, guys. There's the Empress right there, Miss Virgo herself. Wow. We have the Seven of Swords. Secrets and lies. The Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, well, we got the Empress, eh? The Empress and the Fool made this world for their children, right? No, that's very, very interesting. Okay, ooh, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is another child on the table with the Page of Cups. Ugh, that's pretty freaky. The Hierophant in reverse, under the Secrets and Lies, guys. This was like one of the most traumatic horror movies ever. I saw it when I was like 11, and it scarred me. Just saying. Oh, we have another 10 in reverse, guys. The 10 of Swords in reverse. Holy shit. Yes, these are all about life cycles and these just, oh, goodness. Okay. So we start with the Empress. Again, she represents the sort of logical side of motherhood, but she represents the divine feminine, the virgin, like Mother Mary. She is the divine feminine goddess that is worshipped, right? And so that is what the Empress is. And the card says, it's so cool, she has everything a woman needs in abundance, and she's at one with the forces of the mystical realms of the universe. So badass. Love that. So great. Okay, so we have the Empress, abundance, blessings from the universe, from the earth. Okay, but we're paired in with these secrets, guys. The Seven of Swords is always an indicator of lies. Lies, the burden of these lies that is being trickled down into these children. Again, we have another page on the table, so another child on the table. Be interesting if we get 3 pages, but this is all circling back to that childlike energy. The Two of Wands in reverse signals somebody who is just obsessed with things that he has no control over. He does not have the world in his hands like he does when he's upright. You see that's Dracula with the world in his hands. Funny, because we have the world here, but under the stupid fool who just started his journey in life with a horrible mindset. That could be due to programming and broken personalities and whatnot. Who knows? Two of Wands is just like, it represents obsessive energy. Obsessive on secrets in abundance. That's what Okay, yeah, so we get down to the Page of Wands. Again, this is showing like a burnout, when it's in reverse. Normally when upright, it's showing the drive of the creative spirit, of passions, of possibilities in the world. But in reverse, that abundance of the Empress is blocked because of the Page of Wands being in reverse. This abundance is not coming through. It's actually suffocating. It's a suffocating energy. Then we get the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant represents an institution of some sort, a hierarchical institution. The Hierophant is at the very, very top of that institution, the top of the pyramid. When in reverse, guys, again, it signals to me bad things are in the air. This is against sacred doctrine, against, rules and regulations, against the establishment. There are some sort of secrets that are being hidden against this establishment or this corrupt. I actually would see it as a corrupt establishment because it's in reverse, perpetuating these secrets. Therefore, abundance, true fulfillment from the universe is not coming forward because, look, this whole row is just like, nah, we're not having it, bro. We're not. You're not going to continue. This is all being blocked, this energy. And the Hierophant in reverse in my readings, you guys, signals black magic of some sort. That is my innate instinctual response to this card in these spreads concerning Billy and his life. Simple and plain. We'll move on to the third 10 on the table, the 10 of Swords in reverse. And we have learned that this card, guys, is bad no matter which way it gets put down. But it's even worse in reverse because it means that these agonizing thoughts, this anxiety, these never-ending burdens are not going to quit. It's like, I don't know, like, I'm not seeing this. I'm seeing this as this was all done, in relation to the question at hand is, why were they born into the Virgo house? Was it to keep these secrets? Was it so that they were more, I don't know. That's because this whole message is just about corruption and about the burden that these children have carried with them their whole lives and will continue to. The cycle will not end, so it's going to trickle down into the family, and I just wonder, like, do his grandchildren, do they all know the truth about, the replacement and stuff? Like, how does that work too? Like the extended family, you know what I mean? let's see. Oh, okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles. We have another page, guys, the Page of Swords in reverse. There you go. There's our 3 children on the board right there. Talking about 3 kids, we got 3 archetypal kids on the board, 2 of them in reverse. I'm not sure how to read that. We have the Lovers in reverse. Interesting. Again, the 9 of Swords in tow with the 10 of Swords. Goodness. So all 3 kids have shown up today. They're all here on the board. And what this is showing me, you know, the 6 of Pentacles represents charity. It represents the scales of, again, karma, kind of in tow with the Wheel of Fortune. It's, are you giving as much as you're receiving, or vice versa? You know, usually when she's upright, it's showing that you are getting what you deserve, basically. It is a charitable card. You're giving back more. Could that be as like an overcompensation for something? I don't know. The Page of Swords in reverse, again, is showing a blockage of new ideas, of new, like, positive thoughts coming through. It is, you know, disinterest, disinterest in everything. You know, this is crazy. I wonder which page represents what child. You know, this is like just a total disinterest in being charitable, in having that spirit of being motivated to be positive and make positive changes. That should be in tow with the spirit of this card, the charitable card. Interesting. Okay, so then again we have 2 6s here. The Lovers is the 6th card under the 6 of Pentacles, but when the Lover is in reverse, guys, you know, yes, the Lover shows that general romantic relationship, but it also represents truth, and it represents vulnerability when it's upright. You know, the Lovers are naked together, unashamed, showing themselves for who they are. You know, in reverse, it is, again, it harkens back to the 7 of Swords. Deceit is being perpetuated. I don't know how that falls in line with the spirit of charity, you know, that comes with the 6 of Pentacles, but there again is deceit. There is trouble in paradise, if you will. So I don't know, like, that kind of shows me that these lies and deceit have created that trouble in paradise. It has created cracks in this family, you know. And again, the 9 of Swords, when it's in reverse, it is actually showing a willingness, a longing to be rid of anxiety, to be rid of these, you know, crippling thoughts that keep you awake at night, you know. But again, being blocked by this disinterested, kind of apathetic person that the Page of Swords is. So, I mean, that tells me that the cycle is just going to keep continuing in this family, that lies, deceit, the burdens of their father, of the Fool, are going to be perpetuated. You know, it doesn't really tell me anything specific about, you know, an institution could be behind the birth. I definitely think magic of some sort was involved in their being Virgos. That's something that these cards are telling me, but it's also telling me that there has been a lot of unrest in the family because of these burdens that Billy carries with him. Last card. Okay, we have the 8 of Pentacles, guys. That is the ultimate Virgo card right there. That's so funny that we're ending on this because, again, it is the workaholic card. It is putting in your due diligence, putting in, going over and above and beyond what you know, what normal people would do. Normal people, whatever that means, to yield results. So this is very interesting. Could this in tow, you know, kind of go back to Billy being a Virgo? Possibly. You know, we did get some major Virgo cards and energy in this spread. You know, I don't see a sort of like reasoning behind them being Virgos in this spread. I see more of the dynamic. You know, they're stuck with this sort of decision that their father had made way before they came into the world. And it's something that has plagued each of them in some shape or form. And there's nothing but lies attached to this. Maybe that's in reference that, you know, their name as McCartney is a lie. They are actually the shepherds, right? Should be Mary Shepherd, Stella Shepherd, and James Shepherd. But instead, they're all under the McCartney name, which is now a name that has a lot of lies, deceit, and misinformation attached to it, unfortunately. So, wow. Well, we didn't really get a full answer as to why. I think maybe it was a result of, like I had said at the beginning, of maybe rituals done on the winter solstice. Not sure. The Hierophant in reverse kind of signals to me that there was some sort of magic attached to it all, but these kids have just dealt with. I find it very, very cool that we got 3 kids on the board too, you know, showing each, and 2 of them were in reverse. That's what's curious to me. I don't know. Again, those of you out there who, if you see something that I did not see today in my reading or have a different take of the cards, drop it in the comments. I am very interested to see how you guys interpret this one. I just see that maybe they were a byproduct of a magical ritual, but they have endured some pretty heavy shit being born under this McCartney namesake. So that is what I have determined today. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. So until then, take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.
But though they may be parted, there is still a chance, Bill, that they will see.